Most people think getting hired is about being the most qualified, but let me challenge that because I've seen average candidates beat more qualified ones over and over again. And it's not because they were better on paper, but because they understood something different. They understood psychology. Hiring is not just a logic decision, it's actually a perception decision. And if you don't understand that, you're playing the game at a big disadvantage. You see, through interviewing candidates over many years across different roles within healthcare, I have found this. I can tell you something with clarity that the person who gets hired is not always the most qualified. It's the one who actually feels right. So today I'm going to show you 6 psychological principles that quietly drive hiring decisions. And once you see them, you won't approach interviews the same way again. So let's get started. Number 1, something that I call cognitive ease. Cognitive ease. You see, the easiest candidate to understand actually often wins. And it doesn't have to be the most impressive candidate. It's the easiest to understand because hiring managers are truly very busy. They're often overloaded and they naturally move toward what feels simple. If your answers become way too long, or your story is just too confusing, or your resume just looks too much or feels heavy, you start to lose attention very quickly. It's actually not about saying more. It's about making it easier to understand. So be clear and direct. Be simple. That's what usually stands out to the hiring manager. If you want to feel like someone who reduces friction, just don't create it. Number 2, something that I term as the halo effect. You see, one strong first impression can shape the actual entire interview. And this is called the halo effect. If they like one thing about you very early, they start assuming everything else is strong too. Confidence feels like competence. Clear communication actually feels like intelligence. Presence feels like leadership. The first 60 seconds of your interview matter more than most people actually realize. That's where the decision starts forming. So how you enter the conversation changes everything that follows afterwards. Number 3, likability. Skills can get you the interview, but likability often gets you the offer. People don't just hire talent. They hire someone they can actually work with. Someone they can work with every day under pressure in real situations. And here's where a lot of people lose it. They are in the interview and they begin to complain, or they oversell themselves, or actually sometimes even create tension. If they can't picture working with you, they won't hire you. It's really just that simple. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be someone they can trust being around. Number 4, authority bias. Authority bias. The person who looks like the expert often gets treated like one, even when experience may be similar to another candidate. That's called authority bias because people trust confidence. People trust others that have clarity or that create an ownership, not hesitation or not uncertainty. You know, when you think about having those characteristics, you don't have to become the expert later. You're treated like one the moment you show up that way. So you need to come in with confidence and clarity as the expert. So how you speak in the interview, how you carry yourself, how you frame your experience, all of that actually shapes the perception. Number 5, something that I call confirmation bias. Once they form an opinion of you, everything else becomes confirmation in the interview. And that's actually really how the brain works. If your first impression is strong, they start looking for reasons to say yes. If it's weak, they start looking for reasons to say no. You're not being evaluated equally the whole time. The first impression of the interview actually sets the filter for the remaining part. So you have to start strong and stay consistent. Every answer should reinforce the same message. Number 6, something that's called the commitment principle. And this is actually where most candidates start to lose control because they actually finish the interview. They may say thank you, and the candidate waits. The strong candidates actually start to do things just a little bit differently because they create clarity and they ask this question: what are the next steps? Another question they may ask is, when should I expect an update? When people say something out loud, they're more likely to follow through. And that's really how you reduce uncertainty. That's how you reduce ghosting from the potential employer. And that's really how you stay in control even after the interview ends. Getting hired is not just about qualifications. It's about perception. It's often sometimes about emotion involved in the interview, and sometimes even, as we've talked about, the psychology. If you understand these 6 principles, you instantly become a stronger candidate among the others that are interviewing for the same position. But landing the job is only half the battle. Because once you are inside, you still have to navigate people. And those people may have difficult personalities, workplace dynamics, and that's why your next step matters. So I encourage you to go watch my video on 5 topics to shut down workplace bullies fast, because it will actually help you protect your confidence and help you protect your position once you get the role. If this video has helped you, I want you to subscribe to my content, because every week I'm actually breaking down real strategies to help you grow, to help you lead, and to help you win in your career. And in the comments, I want you to do this for me. Tell me this: which one of these principles have you been missing? As we serve together, Dr. Jeff.